Hi everyone, this is Natraj. I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about that create the Google Managed SSL certificate using Terraform. What is a certificate manager? In evolving the landspace of internet, securing your website with the SSL certificate is essential. The Google Cloud Platform is offer that robust solution for SSL certificate management. You can create the Google Managed SSL certificate and mapping into that load balancing using that DNS authorizations. So in this method, ensure that seamlessly and securely implemented without any downtime. Plus, you can benefit for the automation renewal process. You have to know about the problem with the traditional SSL certificate. The traditional SSL certificates are limited to the single domain, which means you need to be managed a certificate for your website. This can be that SSLs, so especially it comes to that renewing and uploading your certificates. The Google Cloud Certificate Manager is offer the several key features. We can see one by one. The first one is that automated certificate management. So it can be automatically provisioning the SSL certificate for your domain and automatically renewal that before the expirations. Next one is that integrating with the Google Cloud Load Balancer. You can deploy an SSL certificate to the Google Cloud Load Balancer and ensure that securely HTTPS traffic for your application. Next one is that certificate maps. So usually the certificates maps to route the traffic to that appropriate certificate based on your hostname. Next one is that security and compliance. By default, the strong encryption algorithm provided by that SSL certificate managers. Next one is that monitoring and logging. You can easy to track the status of performance for your applications and a certificate through cloud monitoring tool. Next one is the scalability. It is suitable for enterprise and large scale applications. We are at the Visual Studio Code. We can see the code one by one. This entire code is available on my repository. You can download from any time. The first file is that variable.tf file. So this file is defining that input variable for your Terraform configurations. Next file is called provider.tf file. This file is configuring the provider. You can have to provide that necessary credentials, project ID, regions. According to my projects, I defining the Terraform underscore credential.json file. I provide the necessity permissions and I going to create that certificates on US region central one. It can be differ with project to projects. According to your project need, you can changing that region and zones. Next one is that API.tf file. So this file typically that enabling the necessary API for my projects. The next file is that data.tf file. This file is fetching the data from existing resource. In my case, I am fetching that information about the existing DNS managed zones, name called my cloud 7 domain zone. Next file is that cf.tf file. This file is responsibility for managing the SSL certificate and a DNS authorization using the Cloud Certificate Manager along with that Cloud DNS. The first resource is that DNS authorization. This resource name called Google Cloud Certificate Manager DNS authorization. This resource is authorized for my domain called cloudroot7xyz for the SSL certificate management. The name I defined as the DNS authorization. The description is defined as the DNS authorization for my domain name. Domain I defined as the cloudroot7xyz. This domain already I picked earlier. The next resource is the wildcard SSL certificate. This resource name called Google Certificate Manager certificates. This resource creating the wildcard SSL certificate for cloudroot7xyz along with that my subdomain. You can see that managed block. The specific I defined my domain covered by the certificate called cloudroot.xyz along with my wildcard certificate called astic.cloudroot7xyz. Next one is that DNS authorization I using by resource created earlier. The next resource is that certificate maps. This resource name called Google Certificate Manager certificate map. This resource created the certificate mapping to managing my domain name along with that subdomain for SSL certificates. The next resource is that certificate mapping entry. This resource name called Google Certificate Managed Certificate Mapping Entry. This resource creating an entry in the certificate mapping for the domain. The maps links to the certificate mapping created the earlier. Next is the certificates. Using that wildcard SSL certificate created that earlier. Next one is that host name. Host name is specified that host name for my certificate entry point. The next resource is that certificate mapping entry. The more or less similar only. The only difference between each other is asterisk, here without asterisks. The next resource is the DNS record set for my DNS authorization. This resource name called Google DNS record set. This resource creating the DNS TX record for the subdomain. You can see that manager underscore zone. I refer the data source for my manager zone. Next one is the types txt record which can used by the DNS. Next one is the TLS. Time to be lived for the DNS record I define as that 300 seconds. Next one is that RR data. It containing the DNS verification token for my DNS authorization for that resource. So we'll be moving to that terminal and executing the Terraform operations. I'm going to click the three dots, click the terminal with the new terminal. So here I'm going to execute the Terraform init command to downloading all the plugins. So all the plugin is downloaded. I'm going to execute the Terraform plan command to validate my syntax and that the configuration whichever I defined. Yeah, plan is succeeded. So it's going to 8 resources going to add. Now I'm going to execute the Terraform apply command. So I'm going to provide the user input is yes. So now resource creation is going on. It will take some time to complete the entire process. Just elaborate the screen. Now the Terraform operation is successfully completed. We'll be moving to the GCP console. So right now I'm at the GCP console. I'm going to type the certificate manager here. Yeah, you can see the status is pending because it takes the propagation times. Once the propagation is completed, so then the status is ready, it will be showing on it. I'm going to click the certificate name here. Yeah, so you can see the host name. So whatever the host name I defined, those things will be appear here. So along with the asterisks also. This is a DNS authorization process. As I said earlier, it takes some time to propagation end to end. So that's it. I hope this video will be useful to everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye.